Okay, so for my, we're going to do my vision and teaching of learning through my screen capture. I've been working on screen captures a lot this past week or two, helping various people install the add-ons, speaking to Jing in the beautiful sun icon, and a few people are using Super Screen Capture, which is great. Done a few of these in the past week, and I've really enjoyed it, and I've tried a few different programs too, so that's cool. This is how I'm going to work as far as doing my analysis. I'm just going to take you very quickly through my portfolio, speak to why I made certain choices in the way I did. Overall, my vision and teaching of learning, I would have to say, is to focus on the idea that no bit of information is too small, and I feel like it's important for you to see, for Carol to see, for my peers to see why I'm putting certain information on my portfolio in the way I am. I have obviously my About Me section, which just refers to my personal life. I've included all of my digital literacy stuff from semester 1 and semester 2, and I'm slowly catching up on Leslie's stuff right now, but this is just a really good resource package for me to refer back to, and eventually I could hide this. My vision of how my portfolio is created so far is that I would really love to evolve it into a teacher website, or create a teacher website from scratch in the coming years when I have my own classroom, and be able to kind of have some of this great information and some of these awesome projects that I took throughout my teacher education experience. So obviously there's a lot of value in doing this. I'm not sure if a lot of people see it to the extent I do, but the idea of maintaining this e-portfolio and tweaking it and slowly making it the design and the visual appeal more and more is, I get it, and I know where I'm taking this in the future for sure. So under my foundation sections, I have my guiding week questions from semester 1 separated, and I also have my guiding week questions too. I would say this semester my answers are not as deep. I feel like I had a really good grasp of information, so I felt like in some regards the questions I was trying to be more critical of myself. Then again, academically, I was very overwhelmed this semester, so guiding questions were there, and I was on them every week, but unfortunately, I feel like they didn't get, they weren't as, I guess, top priority as maybe they should have been, and I maybe should have been diving into them a little bit more deep. I went through and I updated my self-assessment tools around Christmas time, and I haven't really looked at this section, but I believe everything is in order for where we needed to have our professionalism and our debrief from that day. Reflective analysis I have in here, and I also have my reflection from week 10 of last semester, and this just gives a little bit of insight into the website and what it's for, and these are just some useful resources that I've gone back to, tech tools that I think are my top, whatever this is, top 8 or top 10. We have Lesage blog in here, which is a really good resource for math, and then we have our Falk Online. So for math, I use this, the portfolio as well, to kind of showcase my information. So you can see I have my modules on here, all downloadable in separate PDFs. They're all finalized and gradable at this point. I've also done some other kind of other video extensions here, just some other screen captures of math and why I extended certain exercises in the way I did. I think I'm the only person in the program that took the video approach. I think Anne, hopefully she enjoyed that, and hopefully just gave her a break from the nonstop reading. I did support them with obviously resources and references, and I did have a write-up for them as well. So for my personal statements, this kind of goes back to, I guess, my vision of teaching and just coming to express that no bit of information is too small, and that students should be able to broadcast and give me more of a snapshot into who they are, so that I can tool my teaching and my direction towards them accordingly, which I guess kind of go back to the tiered approach for the Learning for All document, which I think very much centers around these beautiful documents, which I've had on my desk since week 1 or week 2, whenever these were given to us, the skills, questions, and cues for Bloom's taxonomy, as well as the backwards chart for Bloom's to address subtasks and how to assess appropriately to get them to a cumulative task. And then, of course, this great document, which these have been at my desk and a huge help the past few weeks as I've been planning for grade 6, planning a mini unit. It speaks to keeping the end in mind, backwards design, planning from the end, selecting overall expectations and specific expectations that adhere to your lessons, not just pulling them out of thin air, not just, really actually think, does the information that I'm providing them with, does the activity actually address those expectations? Are those learning goals aligned? So both have been really good, and they have not left my desk all throughout Practicum 1 and now into Practicum 2. I've used them a lot. So I would say I'm very well prepared for Practicum 2. I've spent a lot of the past few weeks prepping for religion, Holy Week. I start teaching tomorrow. I'm jumping right into the water. I've developed 12 stations for flight, which should take me over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, as we only have science a few days a week. I've put in a ton of work, and I'm really enjoying it already, and I haven't even got into the teaching of it yet, but I feel prepared, and I feel like I'm doing what I need to stay on track. So, going back to the Learning for All document, I would say, and by the way, Diana, 4 minutes is way too short for this, so I'm going to lose the mark on 4 minutes. I'll probably be closer to 10 minutes, just to let you know, so I apologize. Taking a universal approach to my students. I want everyone to be on the same page and getting the same information and instruction in a whole class approach, like I said, universally. And obviously then I want to be able to target specific students and think to my students more and more as an individual, as I will be doing that, but it's important that you do play to the strengths of your students and understanding their loves and interests, and what makes them tick, what is their intelligence, what do they really enjoy, and then I guess that kind of takes you into the tier 3 approach, where you're looking at how do I get students to really understand the information in a different way. So looking at more just different kinds of manipulatives or engaging interactive digital resources, maybe more of a hands-on approach, dramatic approach, whatever it may be. So I guess that brings me into differentiated instruction, which I think is super important, which I've done a lot. I'm going into a classroom tomorrow where I'm having the first instance with I have 3 IEPs. I didn't see an IEP last semester, so this will be interesting. I'm going from grade 1 to grade 6, so this is the completely opposite end of the spectrum, in my opinion. And I also have a student with autism, and he's, at this point, I'm not too sure as far as how much they are involving him as far as the whole class and trying to give him the same kind of instruction, and it's already kind of eaten away at me in observation days. So I've taken a really different approach, and I really hope to be able to still pull him into our flight experiments and our lessons and our construction of our hot air balloon and our glider and our paper airplanes. And I'll definitely shoot you an email because I have a lot of questions regarding a field trip that I'm arranging with the Ace Automotive to do a testing of their objects in the coming weeks, around week 3 of April. So anyway, that's a different time. So showing you, I guess, real quickly my portfolio. Personal statements is great. I have my Environmentors conference in here that we had a great fun with. Some more pictures of last semester with manipulatives and getting in there with prep. My love for tribes, of course. Sorry, now I know I'm way over time here and I'm rambling. Okay, so the ideas section, this was new to me, and this kind of goes into looking at making sure that I have different ways of showing you exactly kind of differentiated instruction, more looking at here's another snapshot into me. So now you can see the back end of things that I'm maybe not able to explain perfectly. So I have some images in here of me in my field observation. You can see I have a smartboard in the class. I'm looking forward to that. This was during our Aboriginal Indigenous Arts Day, conference day. Picture me and the girls. This is my dress up for Fred Penner, which I don't know if you saw that video from Steam. Ask Michelle Dubeck. It was an awesome video. The 9 PJ 4 and 3 boys put it together. It's about 20 minutes long. It's hilarious. This is a snapshot into the education room or the Makers Lab at Village Union. Robert and I, colleagues at Village Union. These are the UIT iPads, which are strapped into my baby seats in the back of the truck. I was entrusted to bring them to Village Union, and I figured it was a funny shot. So this is just some information. Those are my grade 1s. I've been back to help numerous times. My daughters here are makers. I've been back to the grade 1 class several times to help with marking and taking a fun approach to that. I even got my trusty stamps, super excellent and brilliant, which I'm sure you're not going to be happy to see, Diana. This is Deanna and I presenting at a conference. So anyway, just again, these are just a gallery of images. Let me just see if I have some in here. So these were our structures, Diana, from our conference that day where we were building different structures and seeing we put them to the test. Here's some images of me getting my flight curriculum stuff together. So yeah, I guess looking at universal instruction, looking at whole classes approach to teaching and engaging lessons that my students can break into, and student-centered learning and students teaching students. I really want to provide that, and I figure what better way for students to connect than hearing it from their peers, right? And if that makes any sense, I feel like it's going to be something that I take forward. I don't know if I hit all the marks for this. I apologize. And we'll just leave it at that. But I really appreciate this semester. We're going to miss you. I'm going to miss you a heck of a lot. And I hope that you're able to be a guest speaker in future Foundation Mondays and Fridays. And yeah, thanks again for everything. That goes back to a few years ago. It's a big reason why I'm in this program. Not sure if you remember the email about the driving force and putting the bug in my ear about doing the Bachelor of Education, and it's definitely something that I'm really enjoying this journey, and I can't wait to see where it ends up and see the online semester, which I'm super interested to see how it pans out. So I'll leave it at that. And I'm not sure if you heard, Michelle Dubeck ran a very successful Adobe Connect about a month ago with 45 plus Bachelor of Education students in one room in Adobe. It was very impressive. I'm not sure if she told you, because I know she doesn't usually like to speak about stuff like that, but I was very impressed from someone who's been in that situation. It was impressive. So thanks again, and I hope you enjoy your research time, and I hope you enjoyed this, what am I at, 11 minutes, this very, very long vision of teaching and learning. Thanks.